This is what I want to get to. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I say this one for last. This shit came out 2 months ago. Do all killers think the same? Hold on, Jubilee.
I did
I just cut the service off on that bitch. See, you got that motherfucker. Cut service on that motherfucker.
I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry. I think I killed your husband.
My fuck.
I did immediately regret it in a sense where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry. I think I killed your husband. But then there was also the sense of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore. I don't have to live in this fear that he's gonna actually come after me because it already happened.
Oh. Spectrum killers.
I would
just look like somebody I know. Like, what the fuck? Why are so many niggas in these fucking videos? I look like I know him
again.
Nigga look like somebody I went to school with.
2, 1, go.
My fault. What was the fucking question?
3, 2,
I will kill them again.
1, go.
Strongly agree. Strongly disagree.
Thomas Ogden was a beautiful person, and he was my friend. And what happened was an accident. And I would give anything to have him back. My name's Forrest, and I accidentally shot and killed my best friend when I was 23 years old. I felt like a shattered person most of my life, and there are
Nigga, where's the Pizza King Von? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Stop, bro.
still shards missing.
Yo, bro, I gotta stop reading the fucking chat, bro, because this nigga be
writing.
The nigga's dead. He wouldn't even be fucking here.
An opportunity.
You should have said I should have got little Tim on this bitch.
A lot.
Let me stop.
Of past trauma.
Oh God,
I feel
bro.
in a strong space to be.
Should got the Demon Slayer on this bitch. Let's be for real.
And create positivity in the world.
All my killings
got a hearing aid?
in the time of war, so I agree with what I've done. Would I do it again? I would, because
Look at that nigga, the baby on
kill that individual, it would have killed me or somebody else.
Look at that nigga OJ Simpson on this bitch. We know he did it.
A platoon.
We know damn well he did it.
Sometimes as small as 6 guys. But I don't like strongly agree with it because.
What that nigga get shoes is? Look at his shoes. Everybody look at his shoes and just try to establish what the fuck he got on.
The first person I killed, I was 18.
I thought nigga had some McQueens on, but I can't tell.
Almost 25, so I don't regret any of it. I don't have any bad feelings towards those individuals that I did kill. They were just protecting their homeland just as much as I would too. So I would do it again to save my life.
That boy was an army killer. That's what he was.
I work in healthcare. What I do is I manage life support. So
Fuck
I'm
that
the guy
nigga.
that pulls the plug on just about everybody. So I come from a very different perspective. I have to do that for babies all the way to like people at the end.
Oh my God, nigga, your job hard as fuck. How the I don't think I never pull a plug on that. Oh my God. Oh God. Nigga, he the nigga that pulls the plugs on. Oh my God. That's so fucked.
A dozen years now, so I'm like, okay.
Nigga, he the nigga that pulls the fucking plugs.
Yeah.
The crime and how it happened, it was not, I didn't go out to kill this person.
His name is Lester.
And now understanding the impact that the crime had, not only on me, but the family of that person. That was a human being that I killed over some drugs, right? And his children, his family is being living still in the absence of this person. It was December the 24th, Christmas Eve night. I remember me and a couple of my friends were hanging out. This particular car came up, and the passenger in the car said, hey, I want to buy some drugs from you. So I told one of my friends, I'm like, he's known to be this person that will come through the community and ask for $100 worth of drugs, but he never has the money. And the guy did exactly what I said. He knocked the drugs out of my friend's hand, grabbed his arm, and started speeding off. And my reaction at that time was I pulled out the gun and I started shooting into the car.
And you hit that motherfucker, didn't you?
And days later, we heard that the bullet that I shot into the car actually killed him. To that day, I will never forget December the 24th, when that happened the day before Christmas.
I would 100% do what I had to do over again because the guy was a serial perpetrator. He was after so many women. If he killed me, he would have went after my mom, all my family, my nieces, my nephews, every one of us.
Oh God, he never did that shit. That's deadly as fuck.
He literally got what he wanted. I'm Tara Newell. I killed my attacker, Dirty John Meehan, in self-defense.
Damn, she gave a nigga name. She gave a nigga name. She let y'all niggas know who the fuck she killed, nigga.
I think it was really interesting how there was one person here who had experienced prison reform, because to me,
just
my
dropped the name
attacker
on the
would have
niggas.
been in there if I hadn't killed him in self-defense. And it's really interesting to hear about how there are people in there who are able to rehabilitate.
I immediately regretted it.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I know he gonna disagree. He didn't kill his fucking best friend. Holy fuck. Oh, you regret it? Why she regret it? Nigga, it was a serial perpetrator.
I was a young kid. I was 18. The first guy I killed was with a 50 cal like machine gun. I was expecting it to be like the movies where you have this like feeling of when you kill someone,
yeah, but
and it wasn't there.
At least you know, nigga.
I didn't really
Relax.
feel anything. It wasn't until like that night I had this weird dream. The guy who I shot became a ceiling fan in my room. His arms and legs were the blades. His head was the center of the fan. And I watched him spin faster and faster until he tore apart and covered me in what he used to be, what was left of him. But no, I didn't feel anything. There was nothing like to feel. I knew that was the beginning of something that I was probably gonna have to do for a while. No attachment.
Nigga made a murder
I
smoothie.
can agree with you on that. I mean, identify with that, because my first couple of years inside of prison, I detached from it completely. When people would mention his name, I would don't see him as a human being. And that was very insensitive when I look back at it now, right? But I look and say that was a way of me coping with the situation at that time.
I did immediately regret it in a sense, where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry, I think I killed your husband. So there was that, but then there was also the sense of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore. I don't
What the fuck? My fault. I went to my iMessages. My fault. I ain't even go to Instagram. This bitch just texted me so crazy. She said, I don't even want to fucking read this shit. What you saying, bro? Hold on, let's see something. I'm gonna read all this message that this bitch just sent me. What the fuck is you? Why the fuck did you? This is you, nigga. What the fuck? That's just on the Bible, nigga. Like, yo, nigga, on the Bible gang. Like, what are we talking about? This is not me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? This is not me. Go right now, boy. I was gonna. Yeah. You wildin'. You wildin'. Yeah, I'm glad I stopped. Okay, so let's just say I texted this girl. Hi, fat booty. I ain't gonna lie, I left the bitch on red. Or no, I left the bitch on deliver. I never replied. And then this bitch just replied, yes, Big Daddy Steven. What the fuck? Bitch said, what's up, Big Daddy Steven? Yeah. Y'all niggas, I thought y'all niggas knew my name by now, but yeah, my name been Steven, nigga. I know this shit. Yeah. Her name is insane. Yeah, what the fuck, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I'll take that bitch back later.
have to live in this fear that he's gonna actually come after me, because it already happened.
Cause what the fuck?
Sometimes
why the hell fucking reply?
The decision, and that decision
Like a hey, would have been
sometimes
cool or
taken
some
away
shit.
from
Like
them
what the fuck?
and called every name in the book as I'm walking in there. But if they just don't agree, and then I'm like, I just have to go do this now, you know? But it doesn't feel good, or like I'm not necessarily.
Fuck no, nigga, you put a
agreeing with it.
plugs on
I
motherfuckers.
disagree, yeah.
The level of heartbreak that I felt.
I got this bad emo bitch on my line later.
After that
Fuck?
gunshot.
I'm just not talking to an emo bitch, bro. I'm
indescribable.
just not doing that.
And
Right after this, we on that Five Nights at Freddy shit.
I don't know if any of you have saw Red before, but I actually saw
Suicide
Red.
Boys. Fuck.
And it was the
Them niggas
most
suck.
horrific thing
I never
I've
heard
ever
of them niggas.
seen, experienced, witnessed, felt in my life. I got charged with
That nigga
first-degree
is
murder
head
that
shiny as
night. And I was
fuck.
looking at doing 35 to life here in California. I couldn't even process that. There was just so much a combination of horror.
I just don't
and
think I want
grief
to listen to them niggas songs.
immediately.
I really listened to bad music yesterday. I'm not trying to do it again.
Desensitized to death. 3, 2, 1, go.
I am desensitized to death.
Some would agree. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
I do a lot of volunteer work, and the amount of people who are dying from drug overdoses and suicides right now in the arena of trauma, it's becoming difficult for me to feel anything anymore with the amount of people that we're losing that we don't have to.
For me, it was almost like playing God, you know? I determined the time, place, when I'm gonna take that person off this planet.
Damn!
And it put things into perspective for me too, that I could be going at any certain time. Like when you have to pull it, you know, you don't know when that card is gonna be pulled, so I've learned to value it more and know that it's
Nigga sent me a math song
fragile,
yesterday, yo,
very
gang. Yo, gang, come on, we gotta actually talk about that shit, yo. Hold on, bro, cause this nigga sent me a math song yesterday, gang. Like, can we be for real, bro? And y'all see me, I was trying to be nice as possible, telling that nigga I didn't want to listen to the rest of this nigga shit. Like, and then this nigga sent me another song, so I gave it shit another try. The nigga shit was ass. Like, the second song was pretty cool. I fuck with the second song. But the next one, bro, like, come on, bro. I'm not trying to hear those nothing from like 1980s, gang. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Like, come on, bro. I'm in the fucking 20-something century, gang. I'm not trying to hear that shit, gang. I'm trying to hear some fucking, I'm trying to hear some gang, bang, bang. Eat a nigga out, you know what I'm saying? That shit. Yeah, I'm begging this shit. Like, bro, goddamn, yesterday was crazy, though, bro. Like, y'all see me, I was trying to be nice as fuck, bro. Like, I was trying to, bro. Like, that nigga just kept begging for that shit, bro.
Actually taking the life, it's not feeling.
Hold on, I need to clarify something.
Yeah.
I just want to be very clear that being desensitized in no way means that I don't value life.
Oh, yeah.
It's just difficult to
Manage to
feel the morning over and
more
over again.
over and over again.
Yeah. Like
I
I
hear niggas talking about
agree with
fucking
you.
hoes
Like
and drugs and murders
there'll
and
be
nothing
certain
does.
stories that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that
Fuck
happened.
it.
But if someone just tells me like, oh,
I know this is
that
off topic,
person-
low key, though, but like, what? So J. Cole dissed YB yesterday, as we know that, we listen to shit. My thing is, y'all think YB gonna reply? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to him. Hold on, my fault. I seen a clip of academics just doing the most dick right I've ever seen for a nigga, bro. Like, I get him and YB got beef and shit. They used to be cool, now they got a little beef or whatever the fuck. Or they didn't like each other, whatever the fuck. But nigga, the way this nigga academics like, YB got no type of lyrical thing to compete with this all the time. Nigga, yo, you fucking fat gerbil, shut the fuck up, bro. God damn, that drunk ass nigga just be saying anything, bro. If he don't like the person, I won't say anything just to make sure that nigga fall off. I'm not gonna lie, the narwhal always wait. Oh, that no. Any fat ass nigga pisses me off sometimes, bro. But I enjoy watching the nigga though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy watching that nigga streams because I be, you know what I'm saying. That nigga get out the news and shit. I already know what's going on in the rap scene and shit. That's why I fuck with Ahqii. But like some of the shit that nigga be saying, I be like, bro, what the fuck, gang?
Like it just.
And then he be,
like,
yo, y'all ever seen like back in this nigga used to be like, I think he still do. That nigga be horny as fuck, bro. On stream. If I need news, I just go to Twitter. I use Twitter and Ahqii. I don't use Ahqii for like news or none. No, kind of do. I use other niggas too. Though. It's not just Ahqii, but like, I'm talking about live streaming news wise. That's the only nigga I watch that give out news on live stream and shit. But yeah, bro, like the Nicki drama that was going on and shit. She was like dissing Offset and shit. But yeah, back to what we was talking about. YB. Oh, gang. But what will he reply to it though? Like, that's the question. Like, what will YB reply with, bro? It's J fucking Cole. You're not gonna out-rap that nigga. We know that for a fact. He's not gonna out-rap him. Let's be honest. I fuck with YB heavy. Y'all know this. He won't out-rap J. Cole. He won't do it. It just won't happen. So like, yo, academics was saying that the nigga gonna have to slap him, but he can't even do that. Like, bro, this nigga be dick riding. Alright, bro. I want to find that clip,
like,
bro.
there's no traumatic
That nigga is such a fucking fat fucking gerbil, bro.
So I'm like, my brain
Fucking
just
drunk ass nigga, bro.
disassociates.
There's a
and
nigga
it's
on
like,
stream gonna be drunk as
okay,
fuck.
Oh,
What is this nigga
these
shoe
died
wolves, bro?
naturally, so.
And from where I come from, like I
Hold
get
on,
to know a lot
I
of
thought it was from
these
12, not
people.
even 12,
If I
so
don't
what
get
the
to
fuck
know
are
them,
they?
I get to know their family members like very intimately. It's not immediate, like, oh, they're coming in and they're gonna go. No, it's like weeks, months. I've had somebody like their 5-year-old son, and he was in the room, and I'm like, I gotta take your mom away now. And it's like, after that, I'm like, oh my God, I'll go call my mom or I'll go call my dad. It's like, it's really heavy. But
Yo, his job is so hard, bro, because, oh my God, his job is hard as fuck. Like, you were just, like, his job was literally just pulling the plug on motherfucker. Like, oh my God, no way.
feel
That's
like
so
you said,
much
like a
fuck
sense
job
of
right there, bro.
maximization of like, I don't know when my number is gonna be called, because even if I'm working in the emergency room, we worked on somebody for 2 hours.
These
and,
jerseys
like,
so
we really
shitty.
can't do anything anymore. And I'm like, just like that, gone. I remember
I'll do that in a
this
second.
one patient. It was very much like nobody was there. They just found him on the street. He didn't even have a wallet. He was clinically dead, brain-wise, so we couldn't really do anything anymore. Me, the nurse, and the doctor we stayed in that room until his heart rate left, because we didn't want to see him leave by himself. That was one of the most sobering moments too. It's like as much as
Bro, don't
it
try
was
so
nice for us to
hard,
do that,
bro. Oh my
I just
God,
don't want strangers
nigga.
around me, seeing me
That's
out.
such a toll on your mental,
Me
bro.
As a teenager,
Such a toll, I can tell,
selling
like, that shit is-
drugs, just hanging in the streets, just living a lifestyle that I didn't care if I killed someone. I was very desensitized. I didn't care. I didn't feel no remorse for it. And this was part of my own personal development. I needed to find a way to attach to that. So I started doing this hospice training inside of one of the prisons. And by listening to these individuals tell their story and the regrets that they were living with in their process of transitioning, it gave me a sense of a value of life now, and it shifted my mindset as this teenager who was very callous towards life at that time.
I've taken care of people, they're being on life support. They'll hang on for like a very long time till one specific person sometimes just visits them. And then I'm like, I can't explain that. I could take them off and their heart rate will keep going and going and going.
One of the guys I was working with in the prison,
Talking about all the
he
gore I
wanted to
watched
see
on
his
William,
sister.
this sounds- what the
So
fuck?
This dude held on
Wait, nigga,
until
what?
like his sister walked into the room. And he was like not consciously, but like she spoke
Niggas
to
just send
him
you
and she
fucking
started
gore,
like
nigga.
talking to
Niggas
him
are
and you started seeing him
fucked,
move.
bruh.
And then soon as she was like,
Holy.
I'm
They used to be
leaving,
watching gore.
and like within minutes this guy like transitioned.
Yeah, with my situation, I made him brain dead, and so he was in the hospital. And then when they pulled the plug on him, my mom literally had to tell him, it's okay to go now. And then he left.
Some weird things about
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're more than just our brain, right?
Yeah,
Just because
spirits
I heard my
living in
man's and this
flesh, man.
nigga,
That's all.
weird nigga sent me.
I am also a
no.
victim. 3.
Yo,
2,
change Nightbox from saying
1,
what we don't
go.
give a fuck. God damn, why you make Nightbox so goddamn disrespectful? I'm also a victim.
I feel weird,
God
I'm trying
damn.
to single you out.
but I feel like I have to be over here because the guy came
Nigga, Nightbox
after
just be
me.
dogging
I was
niggas,
in
bro.
the parking garage. I was just trying to go to the Jason Aldean concert that night. He started attacking me, stabbing me, and
Damn.
I fought back and I won. So
She
I didn't
survived,
ask for
nigga.
any of that. I honestly hated the guy, and I wished he would be dead, but I never wanted to unalive or take someone's life.
My first couple years in prison, I saw myself as the victim, right? And that was, again, a way of me coping. As I continue to do some interpersonal work,
No,
I
but
realized that
don't
I
add me
was not a
fuck
victim,
your life.
that I still made a choice in the crime
Nigga,
that
like,
I
what the
committed, right?
fuck?
But I just wanted to share that. Like, I wanted to run over
you
there,
blocked that nigga
but
good.
I'm in this place of healing and reconciliation. And I had to like
don't
move away from
catching
the
these niggas, bro.
victimization mindset and take
need to clean my
ownership
fucking
for the
monitors off,
decisions
bro.
that
Oh
I
my
actually
God, I haven't wiped these bitches down
pulled
like
the
2 weeks.
trigger,
Need to hurry up.
committed the crime, unfortunately.
Like, it ain't
someone
disgusting,
died,
but
and
it's
I have
like-
to take that
yeah,
on.
you can see
because
marks on
that's
his
part of
wrist.
my own personal growth and
I'm gonna wipe this shit
development.
down
I
after
remember on a
stream.
Friday night, 3 years into my incarceration.
Usually I do it every fucking
I remember
week,
laying
but this old
in
nigga I
my
used to
bed
hang out with
watching a
killed
show
this girl
called
and fucked her.
Dateline, and for the first time, I heard a mother
Okay.
really expressing her loss for the
Niggas
loss of
is-
her
niggas
loved
is-
one.
niggas
And
is-
that's
niggas is
was
just
that
not
moment
fuck.
in my life where I connected with that. I'm like, yo, I did the same thing, and I
Yo,
went into
bro.
a fetal
It's some
position
fuck
and
people
I
in this
started
world.
praying, and all I kept hearing hearing this voice saying, I have forgiven you. You have to ask Gary, the guy that you killed, to forgive you. And in that process, this is where I began.
He deserved that shit, so-
And I literally felt like in that moment, he forgave me and I heard it. And it's almost like a weight was lifted off of me. And that's when I began this cleansing, this process of healing and moving forward and finding a purpose and finding my voice and all of that particular night inside of that prison when I surrendered to it.
No, I don't feel like I'm a victim for anything. Like, I chose that path. Started off wanting to be a Navy SEAL when I was like in elementary school. My mom helped me make my first ghillie suit when I was in the 6th grade.
What the
Like,
fuck?
it's something I've always wanted to do, and
Bro,
I knew it
God
came with that.
damn,
which
bro.
was
And I keep
more
missing
than
this
likely having to
motherfucker.
kill someone, especially in the time of war.
Yeah, I'm not a victim, but the only thing I would say is like they don't really prepare us into doing the job that we do. They do the day-to-day thing. Oh, this is what you do, this is what you chart, and all that stuff. And then now you're like, oh, by the way, the doctor wrote the order. Go take him off and walk in, or like if it's a baby, they're still holding them in their hands and stuff, and like go take them off. And so I never really thought about it. Like Nobody's like talked to me or anything.
Yo,
By the
so
way,
fucked, bro. Oh my
this is where you're gonna feel afterwards, or like when you get home after you.
Look, a
clock out
sniper
and
tatted on
everything
the
like that.
boy.
We didn't have a handbook on that either. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they teach you how to kill, but there's no
How to process.
how to process it.
I have profited from the murder.
What
3,
the fuck?
2, 1, go.
None of y'all niggas better. Oh my god. Oh, well, of course the army nigga did.
Make me feel bad.
Somewhat.
Something called murder.
That word's.
Well, he was in the military, so that makes sense. That nigga's getting paid for that shit. But god damn.
Why don't you like that word? I don't like it
All
either.
right, I don't think it applies universally.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit that motherfucker.
Right?
Oh, I think I killed it.
Homicide
Oh, I didn't.
is a
My
universal
fault.
term.
Hold on.
As far
Bitch
as
ass nigga,
profiting
fuck outta
from
here.
any part of my story,
Bitch.
no. I've spent the last 5 years struggling to write and publish a book, and I've spent about 80 G's on it and made about 4,000. And that's not
Damn.
why I did it. I did it because I want to help people, but I don't think that it's very common for people to
80 G's on that
profit
bitch.
off
Just
of
got
recovery
$4,000
from
out of that
stuff, right? Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
I guess I'll go over here then. My attacker, my show got made into a podcast called Dirty John, and then it got made into a documentary, a TV show on Bravo, and
Who the fuck did she kill?
now
Oh
on
my
Netflix.
god. Niggas made a
And
documentary on that
so
nigga?
I felt like I've been exploited in the sense because I did not make anything off of the podcast.
Damn.
Although people think I profited off my story, I did not.
But also, and you get paid to take his life.
No, not at all.
Okay, so if you profited off of if I profit off of anything, it's my hard work afterwards.
Yeah.
It's my hard work to share and be of service. So no, you didn't. People hate profit sometimes. They
Yeah.
just hate you
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
you made money.
Yeah.
For me, as a speaker and a trainer, I struggled with that for a long time, right? You know, I committed this crime, and yes, I did all of the work that I've done to become the man that I am today. But then I don't sleep at night, right, knowing that I've made this bag of money or whatever. Any money I get, I want to be able to live comfortable. It's not about getting something in luxury. How could I help some young person? So we do the nonprofit work. But my 5-year goal now, a 10-year goal, is to whatever profit I make is to create a foundation in honor of Gary. Going back to that promise I made to him almost 30 years ago inside of a prison cell.
It initially started as me writing a journal. My dad suggested I did that. I was going through a hard time, self-medicating and contemplating some bad decisions. Started off as that, and it got picked up by
Great
a major
stories, I ain't gonna
publishing
lie.
company. And
Amazing
it
stories.
went on to become essentially like an autobiography of that time in. After accomplishing that, I went on to what I do currently, which is write, novels and stuff like that.
Are you a
Not
writer?
based on my life, because I did feel a certain way about it, of profiting from killing, I get what you're saying too. All the work that you put in there after, that's on you, but I also see it as, well, I killed all these guys and I wrote a book about it and profited from it.
Were you an E4 or E5?
E5, yeah.
That's all the money you made off it.
Right?
Once again, complex issue that gets lumped together. If somebody has money, they must be doing something for
bad,
profit.
yeah.
And I think where an answer is, do we follow purpose or do we follow the money? It's gonna go away when I die. It's not gonna
Yeah.
matter.
All right.
What's gonna matter when I die is what I did. Am I
Exactly.
proud of myself? for the things that I did?
Okay. I like it. I like
often
it.
see money more of like as an amplifier for what people can do, what reach they can do.
Yeah, what you can make impact on now, like
Yeah.
knowing
There's a
like
spider
when I
on
go
my
speak to
fucking
young
wall.
people
There's a
today
spider
about
on my
gun
fucking
violence
wall,
and my
bro.
story. The only way they can get out of a situation
Oh,
is
that
to
nigga
have
come over here,
money.
I'm killing that nigga. I'm looking for
Yeah, right, that I
fucking
can
spider over
create
there.
a safe space
see
for
the
them to go
motherfucker
after
crawling.
school.
Why is it
So I
so
have
big
to
as
make
shit?
some money to be able to do that, you know what I mean? But I don't want to make a bunch of money
just
and
gonna
I'm
be
living
distracting me the
here
entire
and
time.
I'm walking
I'm
in the
literally watching this
community and say, hey, young kids, put the guns down, prison say no to prison, and then I drive away in this nice car and forget about them, right? So that's where I'm at. Like, purpose for me is about how do I make impact in the lives of the people that I serve.
Taking a life was part of God's plan for me.
Hold on.
3,
Think about this,
2,
y'all. Think about this.
1, go.
Agree. This nigga's in the middle
I'm unclear with that one. That's why I'm like this.
You're on the other side.
Yeah, I wouldn't be who I am today to be able to have the experience that I've had and become who I've become without taking a life. I learned my lesson after all the killing. You know, my last deployment dropped over 30 guys, 33 people, and who knows how many before that. But what I had to get through and overcome to stand here today far exceeded anything I've done in the military. Being emotionally somewhat strong and yeah, what I've had to overcome. There's been a lot of dark nights where didn't think I was gonna be here, you know?
Why I'm like this?
Yeah, I know what you mean though, yeah.
I don't want it to be perceived to be insensitive about the victim.
Yeah.
Right? But I know on this part of me, I look at my friends who I grew up with at 19 years old, and I did 22 years in prison, and when I came back home, they were at the same spot under the same tree we sold drugs at. But then if over here, I think about the Gold Dinger's family, because you know their son is like, oh, God destined my son, my brother or my son to die. You know what I mean? So.
But if you believe in God, then that would be, he already knew that before.
I get
born,
that part.
You know?
I mean, I'm a spiritual man, right?
Yeah,
but I'm
same.
just like, I don't want it to. It's just that's my dilemma when it comes
If
to.
there's a God, I don't think that he's letting some kid be blown apart in Iraq because he's busy helping me look for a parking space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that the realm of the spirit is
Yes.
as concerned with human affairs. I think that the sun rises and sets for a reason.
Yeah.
It rockets through space at 40,000 miles an hour with a bunch of rocks around it for a reason, and animals have instinct for a reason, and I think human beings,
Free will.
it's a little
Free
different.
will.
Free
and I
will.
think
Yeah.
things just happen sometimes. There doesn't have to be meaning or a plan.
But then it's
So he
hard
not-
for a
he talking about
person
he not
who
religious, maybe.
lost a loved one to wrap that. For me, and my homicide is completely different than most of you in this room. Is someone died by me pulling this trigger, and I can't say it was in God's plan.
I pulled the trigger too.
Yeah.
I thought the gun was empty. And I still can't wrap my head around a stupid decision like that. Even though that
What the fuck?
it
Yo, I need to know
malfunctioned
what.
after that
Like, he need to
motive.
explain his story a little
Had
more.
I
Like, what?
done
How
all
did
the
you
right
just kill your
things
friend? Like, I need to know
before
more.
safety rules, it never would have happened. And I was nervous coming here because I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. And I had no intent at all. There's no way I would have as soon put it to my head or at the floor or whatever. And I can't remember ever doing that before or after. And it was a mistake.
I think for me, it was part of my dharma. I'm a little bit more spiritual, so I think it was my life's purpose, to be honest. Because of what I do today, whenever I speak, I always have people contact me and say that they left an abusive relationship, or what I shared helped them get out of their attack.
Sharing your story helps other people, and
Yeah.
you feel that.
I call it transparency transports people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like really honest about who I am, because there's someone else, not just in a physical prison, but an emotional, mental prison. And by hearing your story, hearing all of our stories, it helps transport them to another space of showing that I can't escape this particular prison.
Why is this such a good
Having this
conversation though? Like, I
discussion,
like this though. Hold on.
Lester,
Good ass conversation.
choose a side.
Really?
Can't make it.
Yeah, boy.
I'm
Can't
just
say
gonna
undecided.
say, I don't think it's fair to make you choose a side. You believe what you believe.
I'm gonna stand just a little bit over there.
Somewhat.
Like respectful.
I really like what you did, man, because we move in seconds and inches.
Yeah.
We measure progress in like
Yeah, I'm
years
right
and
here.
years, you know?
That was kind of a lot.
What's up?
Yeah, but who the
This
fuck are
episode was just
y'all?
sort of intense, and I think I need a little time to debrief now.
Life's got you down bad, huh?
Yeah, just a little, you know, sometimes I need a big hug or some reassurance that everything will be okay in the world, you know?
Here,
What
try the
is happening?
skylight up.
Yo, gang, is this
Maybe
over?
it can help you feel connected.
Man, y'all niggas put in bro. Whole ass ad. I don't even know what the fuck was going on, bro.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you don't know headphones on the way. By the way, fuck you talking about? What you talking about? My new headphones.
When I was in the military, it was like looked down upon to
I'm back. Oh,
go
that cat
seek
back.
mental help or anything, dude,
I
you'd
got
get kicked
the
off the
headphones.
team, you know, in a heartbeat.
Nigga, what are you talking about?
I don't want a guy who's soft.
Oh, you saying you got
watching
new
my
headphones? You
back,
saying mine? I finessed a homeless
Or what
nigga out
I
of a
perceived at the
dollar.
time
Even
to
at
be
the time,
soft.
yeah.
After
You just
each
did not
deployment,
finesse a homeless nigga out of a
our
fucking
therapist
dollar.
was like a 18-wheeler truck full of kegs of beer and more beer. And 12 hours ago, I just
Like,
took
what
a
the
life.
fuck, Breezy?
21 years old.
You're
at a
being
strip club
so
in Atlanta,
serious. Oh my god.
Drinking, you know, till my eyes pop
How
out.
the fuck do you finesse a
to cope.
homeless nigga?
We would talk to like
Nigga
a
don't even got no money.
psychiatrist, but we were encouraged to write down, you know, I didn't have this emotion, I
God.
didn't see this, so we could get home early to see our
Nigga,
family. But
put that shit
2
in my
years
brain.
ago,
Leave these
2 or 3
homeless
years
niggas
ago,
alone.
I decided to actually talk to someone.
Oh,
and
I didn't even read. What's this one? There are enough resources for me to heal.
figure out why I was the way I was, because I wanted to change.
Wait, do you think we're gonna disagree? Oh shit.
Everywhere I went, you know,
That was good.
I'm looking at
You did a
everyone
flip?
and
Did you juke niggas?
this is gonna sound so bad, but
Please tell me you juke niggas.
I was polite to everybody who I met, but I always in the back of my mind had a plan to kill them, just in case the situation presented itself. If something went south, I've already
Yo, bro.
mapped out and planned for 3 different
bro.
scenarios how I would kill this person.
Why you just-
And I was comfortable being in that state
that
of
Grimace
mind
shake right
because
there,
it
nigga.
kept that protection, you know, that wall up. But it gets tiring after a while to always be that way.
You know, for me, I look at this, right? I want to run over here to the strongly
That's a
disagree.
nut, that
It's
grimace
almost because of the
nut,
length of
purple
your
nut, that's what
sentence.
that shit
And
was.
like I was serving life, I didn't become eligible for most of the classes in prison until I came down to my last 3 years in prison, right? Now I have to run back over here to strongly agree. After being a person who's been released from prison, I've learned these different things that now help me to cope with all of the stuff that comes with me living inside of a prison, not only being a person who took someone's life, but seeing other individuals get killed inside of the prison. Right, you see people get stabbed in prison
I
over
go to
some of
prison
the
and see what
simplest
the
things.
fool like.
No
Nigga,
one
you
would
do
come
not wanna go there and see
talk
what the
to you
fuck the
about,
fool like. That
was
shit is
triggering
nasty.
for you? How did you saw
Fuck
this
outta here.
person blood
Nigga,
spill
we
out
ever watch
on the
60 Days In, I
concrete?
see that shit look like fucking
Nothing,
ass,
right?
nigga.
This is why
No.
I challenge the prison system and anyone who works in that prison environment
Hell no.
to create
Mm-mm.
more
That
mental
food looks
health
so fucking
services
nasty,
for
nigga.
those in prison, because
Just be
yes,
eating
that
fucking
person may have
mush.
committed a violent crime, but we don't know their story.
I'm
Not
like
that
that with the
fool.
military, man.
Yeah.
There's not enough, in my opinion.
The
It's
VA
not encouraged enough, yeah.
The VA helped me somewhat, right? I'm not going to say the VA didn't help. But when I was suicidal, I didn't call the
What
VA
they made with the
helpline
store shit?
because I didn't want to
Oh, you talking about the
sit here
commissary
and fill out
shit?
a strongly
I talking about the
agreed disagree
commissary
form
shit.
and
Lame
wait in a
fraud.
waiting room.
Oh, so you a blocker, nigga?
And
Oh, my
I
fault,
called
my
another
fault.
brother.
We're saying that nigga out here
and he
juking,
sent me
nigga. That
to
nigga
a
ain't juking
program called
shit.
Save a Warrior, and I experienced something.
Just, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They making like that prison cake
The
shit.
participant faces
A
their
bunch of
own
like
death,
honey buns
they
and shit.
receive a
That shit fire.
transitional object, and something about that changed
I wanna
my
try that
psyche,
shit one day.
and something clicked. And we did stuff like the ceremony for the dead there, where we write the names of the people we've lost and the people we've killed, and we get to cry and like feel and process and become human again, because war can break us and prison can break us and make us incomplete and not human. And when we use different modalities to place that humanity back together, then we can have community, right? And community is the
guys seem
antidote
so
to a lot
reformed now.
of
Holy
human
shit.
suffering.
Yes, sir.
I wrote a 12-step program for vets and first responders called SPARTA, Suicide Prevention and Resilience Training Anonymous. We meet once a week. And I used to think there wasn't enough resources.
what
and
the fuck?
the more I get involved, it's not that the help isn't needed, it's that there's abundant ability to create resources, right? And once we break that, we start to be the creator of it, we create the small nonprofit that serves the area. It's like the Matrix fails, you know?
Yeah.
That was long, sorry.
There's not a floss in that. It's
Well,
different
I
ones.
have
I
to
killed like
apologize
2
for,
of them already.
chuckling when you said that part, because I was like, oh wait, I have a plan to
said
kill
a fly. You
people
would've seen it if
too,
it was a fly. It's a
unfortunately.
net.
And then I used humor as my trauma response sometimes. So I strongly agree that I have the resources and the tools I need, because I'm gonna forever be on my healing journey, and I'm always gonna look for them and find them. However,
Damn, bro, her lips just make me wanna have to hold on. I'm
therapy,
sorry.
I don't think is
Her lips
very
is
beneficial to a
crazy.
lot of people. I think that a lot of therapists need to learn about the nervous system.
threw some food away
because
earlier.
a lot of what we went through, we had to use our fight response. So I had to learn
Before I
how
got on
to
stream, I
calm
was
my
eating
nervous
wings.
system to get to homeostasis, to the baseline.
It's like as a person of color, it's like.
But no, that shit
growing up,
gone now.
like,
That
as
shit
an
like 2
immigrant,
hours
It's more
ago.
like it is what it is. When you like things happen to you, it's like you don't really like, oh yeah, go see your therapist or anything like that. Especially working through the pandemic, I have never seen like that much death.
Yeah.
In my whole life, and I've been doing this for, at the time, like 10 years. And this was before the vaccine, and I'm like, I don't see the end of this tunnel yet. For me to quit the job would mean other people would die. And for me to continue this job, meaning I would die. And then that was the first time I'm like, I really don't know what to do right here. And that's the first time I'm like, wait, there's this thing called
I know,
therapist.
God, I won't see this
Maybe I
anymore.
should go talk to one. I wish
Hey,
it
when I
was
get on stream, I gotta deal with this shit.
readily
Gotta be
available
distracted
and
like fuck. These
accepted
niggas
at the
be in my
same
fucking
time,
face.
because none of my friends go and see their therapist, and I can completely tell them, like, you wouldn't have certain amount of issues if you just kind of worked on yourself in a different way. Or maybe not therapist, but like a different way, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
like
spiritual
coaching
healers.
yourself.
It's like right here too. Again, I want to run over here. Right? I went in prison at 19, walked out. I was 41, into a completely different world. Right?
Wow.
So now, like my organization, Path to Redemption, is that I want to provide
Nigga, mosquito in
that
your room for
service.
2 days,
Like,
nigga. That
how
nigga was
do you
definitely
cope
sucking
with
your
when you
blood,
walk into
nigga.
a
On
grocery
God, he
store after
was.
20 years, and you walk into
Nigga, 2 days, nigga, he was definitely getting some blood out you, nigga. Boom, I fucking missed
you
though
walk
again.
through a line and it beeps, right? And you thinking that is going to be tackled by the police because they think you're stealing something, right? And this is why, like you and I, individuals can create that.
You're gonna be made.
I'm running over.
All right, so there is not by any means enough space
I'm gonna get this
to
motherfucker. I swear
talk
to God,
about, like, I was a foster kid, right?
So I got raised I know it's a trip. Yeah, that nigga's
and abuse
nigga.
and negative relationships. So
I hate
what
fucking
did
skills,
I
bro.
do when I grew up?
I be so scared, nigga, because nigga, them shits can kill you, nigga. Literally.
Right?
Wrong,
And that type
one
of
wrong
wound,
mosquito
it's
can
such a
literally kill you.
cultural taboo. that
With any
there's
type of
not a
disease, like, I hate
space
that shit.
to talk
You
about
got a fucking
that
bug,
and the
that girl,
impacts,
fucking
and what
bug,
do we
stupid ass
do,
bug like
where
that
do we
can fucking
go
kill me, nigga.
from there. So
So come on back over
Nah,
here.
I be pissed as fuck if I die to some stupid shit, bro. Like, say I die to like a fucking, like a mosquito, nigga. Like, if I die to a fucking mosquito, bro, I'd actually be pissed in the afterlife. I swear to God, I'd be pissed. Like, I'd be like, nigga, I died to a bitch ass bug, nigga. Like, bro, I'd actually be fucking pissed if niggas kill me. Did you know only female mosquitoes bite? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Male, female, you dying if you come near me. I don't give a fuck.
Got me feeling
I ain't gonna get with some fucking mosquito repellent. I swear to God,
saying I
yes.
wanted to do it,
Nah, fuck with me.
right? I think that's important, man.
and everybody in this circle is a wounded healer and also a servant leader, right? So when we see a gap in something that's needed, it's not just us. So that's where a tremendous opportunity is to create and be of service to other people like us.
I would say it was dope talking to y'all, like learning the different angles of, because I was kind of like skirmish about that title Killer, but listening to all of the different facets and challenges of it, you know, I really appreciate it. For me, I go back to South Carolina and go back into the Department of Juvenile Justice and work with these young people. This is what I want to take back, right? Like this, I want to take that.
Same boat, man. A lot of preconceived notions we have about people. I might look at you a certain way, you, and never would have had a clue that
Any of these nigga, I would never have thought he killed people, but like, it's his job, so like, technically.
Or something
Hey,
we
we
can all
pulling the
relate
plug on
on and
motherfuckers,
learn
bro.
from.
It's not every day you
He
get
got the hardest
to
job of
meet
all
someone
them niggas, bro. Oh
that's
my
taken
God, bro.
life,
Just
or,
putting on a
you
plug
know,
on niggas and you know they
for me,
family
it's
there and shit.
made
Oh
me feel
my
alone
God, that's
at
the worst shit.
times, and not be able to be understood by
Great
people
conversation though, bro. Hey,
because
this is a dope
of
video. I like
emotions
this.
and stuff
This is a
that we have
dope
to go
conversation.
through.
I like this so much. This is a good conversation. Oh my God, I saw the reacts. Police versus criminals.